Revitalizing the spirit, restoring our community. Urban Family Talk.
There is something very innocent about going to your mailbox or opening your front door and seeing a package. There is something very innocent about going out, picking up the box, bringing it in, putting it on your table, depending on the size of the box or whatever, and opening it. And then when you start learning across the country, you start learning in Austin, yes, but everybody's watching the news, everybody's reading the articles that people have packages blowing up and 2 people are dead. That strikes terror in the hearts of those who learn about it. So I'm saying, as I say with a lot of stuff, let's call this what it is. This is domestic terrorism, and whatever his reason was, I don't say we sugarcoat it or clean it up because he was homeschooled.
Right.
I don't say we sugarcoat it or clean it up because he once attended church. I think especially because now this falls into our wheelhouse as Christians. We better be Johnny on the spot standing up and saying, that's not Christianity.
Come on now.
That's not Christianity. Tiller. I know the last name was Tiller because, they would say Tiller the baby killer. When he was shot in the foyer of his church, we stand up as Christians and say, you know what? That's not Christ's call for us. We stand up and say, that's not the charge that we have as Christians.
Amen.
The world needs to know that we know and see a distinction. It is actually very similar, folks, to the call that we put out to other Muslims. We're like, why don't you stand up and say that that's wrong if, in fact, you reject that? That's real. So let's not us get all minced and like milly-lipped about this young man was disturbed and we just don't know. We don't know. I don't care. As a Christian, my aim is to protect the integrity of the gospel. So what I'm standing up to say is that's terrorism. That is not Christianity. I don't care if he was homeschooled. That doesn't make him immune to sin. That doesn't mean that there's going to be a block between him and the voice of the evil one because he was homeschooled. This is the moment where Christians stand up and say, that was terrorism.
Yeah.
And we reject that. I don't care what church he once went to. I don't care what his pedigree is. I don't care if he had a great glowing relationship with his father. Because people are like looking at all these markers and they're like, man, it just doesn't fit the profile. Well, okay, then let's open up a new folder and let's put him in this one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a Christian, I care about the integrity of the gospel. I'm not going to try to I'm going to say, man, this was a monster, man. This was demonically inspired. This is not Christianity. Because you better believe, I'm reading the articles just like y'all are reading the articles. And you better believe that the Washington Post is like, yeah, he was, pro-life. He was anti-gay marriage. You better believe they're working all their angles.
Mm-hmm.
While we sit back and this very disturbed young man. No, he was a monster. He was a terrorist. We have to say this is not Christianity.
Right.
This is not a picture of what Christ does in the heart of someone who comes to him. And if we don't do that, we lose our prophetic voice. If we don't do that, we cause confusion. If we don't do that, we look like the groups we call out on a regular basis.
That's real.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's hypocritical.
I'm not going to let you mess up my affiliation. I'm affiliated with Christ. That's my Savior. He has ransomed me. I want to interview me. I'm like, let's talk to me. I'm a Christian. Let me tell you that I condemn this. Let me tell you that this is not Christianity. Let me tell you that this is inconsistent with the profession of faith. Let me tell you that this is not what Jesus does. This is not the work of Christ. Interview me. A lot of these people coming out with the whole it's just a disturbed and we just don't know. Call it wickedness. Call it sin.
Revitalizing the spirit, restoring our community. Urban Family Talk.